Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Malone.
Yes.
Lester.
Yes.
Henderson.
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
Bonner.
Yes.
Ames.
Yes.
Minutes are approved. Reports of council committees. Mrs. Patrick.
Thank you, President Schultz. The Utilities Committee has one item on tonight's agenda. It's item number 1. It's the third reading, allowing us to go out for bids and purchase a dump truck and appropriate $99,888. We are replacing a 1986 2-ton, severely corroded, in need of major transmission engine repairs dump truck with a new, larger truck. And I would appreciate your support. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Mr. Trutchell.
Thank you, President Schultz. The Parks and Rec Committee has 2 items on tonight's agenda. Item number 2 is an ordinance that we're authorizing the mayor to file for an application for grant monies from the Junior Civic League in the amount of $5,000. This money, if we receive it, will go towards repair of part of the playground area equipment. One piece that we really want to repair is called the Mobilis, which was the last piece put in the park and has wound up being the most popular. Now, all that money's not going to repair just that one piece. There are other items in the playground area that's going to go toward. And since I have to get that passed tonight because the mayor has to get author this request into the Junior Civic League. Item number 5, I'm pleased to announce, is a resolution authorizing the city to establish a joint recreation board with Ross County and the city for the Donald Koppel Soccer Complex. We had this property donated to us several years ago, and we haven't had the money to do anything with it, but now we're going to get this started with cooperation from the county and the county commissioners. As you all know, our annex is jammed now, and there's not enough room for everybody, no parking, and this will take the pressure off of that. That will go to the full 3 reads, and it is regular legislation. Also, good news, the bike path update. We have a dedication ceremony tentatively scheduled for Friday, November 13th, and everyone's invited for that. We've been looking forward to this for a long time, and there's a lot of words going around town about, I can't wait to let things open, when's it going to open, what's in these kind of things. So very soon it will be open, and the dedication's November the 3rd. Just be there. 13th. No, 13th, I'm sorry, November 13th. Thank you.
Do you know what time, Mr. Trutchell?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
It'll be announced.
Mrs. Malone.
Thank you, President Schultz. The Engineering Committee has 2 items on tonight's agenda. The first item is a resolution to authorize the administration to apply for Issue 2 grant funds for street construction for the year 2010. This is goes on every year, and that's how we can afford to repave city streets and alleys. Because of the time sensitivity, we would like to waive the 3-read rule on this tonight and get it passed so the paperwork can get started on this. Item number 6 is an ordinance to consent to ODOT to resurface a portion of Route 50. It will start at the corporation limit and come back into Chillicothe on Western Avenue to the main high Western Avenue point. If this was to be undertaken by the city alone, it would be in excess of a $500,000 project. As it is, it will be an 80-20 split, with ODOT picking up 80% of the project and we will pick up 20%. I expect this to go the full 3 reads because this project will not go into service until July of 2010, so I think we have enough time to get all the paperwork in order. And that does conclude my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bonner.
Thank you, President Schultz. The HR Committee has one item on the agenda tonight, which is to amend Section 3 of Ordinance number 52-9, and this is dealing with changing of job titles. No money is going to be exchanged, and we'll let this go in that department, the Parks Department, for full 3 read.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other committee reports this evening? Mrs. Henderson.
Yes, thank you, President Schultz. The Finance Committee has no items on the agenda this evening.
but we would like to report assignment 337 out of committee with no action taken. That is the request to appropriate $7,365 for a new fence at Fire Station 3. This was based on our research that included that the last time any police reports were filed for damage to autos on that site was November 13th and November 14th of 2006. There are no other police reports of recent damage in the last 3 years. So at this time, we would just think it prudent just not to put up a fence right away. And that is out of committee. We're still continuing to work on our other assignments. Assignment 368 is a request for nearly $31,000 for mowing and tree removal. Tom Day, our city engineer, came to our committee and reported that in order to cut brush and trees at the different overpasses at the city, 3 different sites, that it couldn't be done until after September 15th. And that was due to the fact that the Indiana bat is an endangered species and may possibly be living in the bushes or the shrubs, and then by September 15th they're expected to move to the caves in the southern part of the state or the southern part of the United States, and therefore we wouldn't be hurting the Indiana bat. Now imagine our committees looked a little cross-eyed thinking this surely must not be true. And believe it or not, when you go to the ODNR, they have a whole report over 100 pages long on how to mitigate the loss of the Indiana bat and recommending. And I looked up Ross County, and we are in that area, and so if you do anything along the state highway, you have to be able to say that you're not endangering the Indiana bat. And I still have a call into OEDNR. Obviously we want our city to look good and cut the trees and the shrubs, but our concern is that the overall price was going to be awarded to one company, and that's over $25,000 for the threshold, so we're concerned about whether it needs to go to bid or not. We're still doing further research there. And then assignment 370, we're still working on that. That's more money to DLZ Engineering for the Nina Gardens project. And Mrs. Patrick has done some further research. We thought that they were paid in full, and there are some invoices that were paid one way or the other for different work. And we are concerned that we would ask the administration, if we pay this bill in full, can we wait until the engineering plans actually arrive before we pay? Because we feel that we have paid DLZ so much for so long, for so many years, for the Nina Gardens project. We would just like to hold someone speak to the fire and get these plans paid for and done so that they can be acted on. It appears that they will need additional money. We have backed it up and checked out the different purchase orders. They are short some dollars, but we'd like to know when their billing is going to end.